Now, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you may recall that I'm pretty much an NBA Jam expert.
Some b-ball. I heard you girls were playing some b-ball. I heard you girls were playing some b-ball.
Well, sort of.
Playing some b-ball. I heard you girls were playing some b-ball.
Heard you were playing b-ball.
But even still, you may be asking yourself, why should I listen to this idiot's opinion on NBA Jam? Well, this idiot is in the game. I was one of the 4 winners of NBA Jam's catchphrase contest, and my entry was nothing other than
Bangalanga-Do-Dah!
And other than that, I also got my name in the credits. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess you could say my catchphrase was pretty popular around the interwebs. Let's see what some of my critics had to say.
Bangalanga-Do-Dah? Seriously? I hate Bangalanga-Do-Dah. It sounds so forced and stupid. Bangalanga-Do-Dah is awful. Who voted for that one? Bangalanga-Do-Dah? Is that supposed to be comical or something? That's just terrible. Bangalanga-Do-Dah? People like that? Every single one of you voted for Bangalanga-Do-Dah. You are a Bangalanga douchebag.
But anyway, that's enough of that. It's time for my review of NBA Jam.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start off with a complaint because it was one of the first things that I noticed. The A and the B buttons on the classic controller are switched. I have no idea why they did this because it confused everyone I played with, myself included. It's not a huge deal once you get used to it, but it really throws people off when the game is telling you to press B to go back, and you press the B button only to have the game advance. And speaking of confusing button layouts, the controls in NBA Jam are actually a bit more confusing than you might think. Every basic action can be pulled off by 3 buttons, but each of those buttons do something completely different depending on whether you have the ball or not. Throw in more complicated actions like alley-oops, and the fact that certain buttons do different things depending on whether you're holding turbo or not, and you can see why new players may be a bit overwhelmed. I'm not personally counting this as a negative, seeing as how I appreciate a more complex gaming experience. I just don't think this is what they were going for. I mean, if I sometimes forget which button does what, I know the people I'm showing the game off to will get confused. And considering there's no online play, this game was meant for you to invite your friends over to play with. And it's at this point of writing my script that I realize I am being way too negative for a game that is this much fun. Any negatives I found pale in comparison to all the good things in NBA Jam. Once you get used to the controls, you'll not only find the game to be entertaining, but rather deep as well. With practice, you'll learn when to throw elbows, when to do crossovers instead of spins, and when and how to direct your partner to perform certain moves, assuming he's PC controlled. There's also a handful of different modes to play in the game. There is of course the usual play now and campaign modes, but there's also some more unique modes called remix modes. First there's Smash mode, in which each team dunks over and over in an attempt to break the backboard. Then there's Domination, where you capture points by scoring on top of them. My personal favorite modes are 21 and Elimination, despite the fact that they can get a little crazy sometimes.
Kobe! Paul with the big block! Strips the ball! Paul shoved to the ground! LeBron, not in this house!
In 21, the first player to reach said number first wins, and in Elimination, after a certain amount of time, the player with the lowest score is eliminated. Both of these modes are different not only because they have a vertical camera angle, but because they have a very unique free-for-all type gameplay to them. Last but least in my opinion is Remix mode, in which you run over power-ups to make you go faster, become stronger, etc. Other than that, they're basically just a regular match, and I just assume play a regular match because I don't feel that the power-ups really add that much to the game. Overall, NBA Jam is a game that anyone can enjoy, and I'd recommend it whether you're a sports fan or not. While it's currently only for the Wii, a PS3 and 360 version will be released soon. If you really want online play, I would say go ahead and wait, but to me, NBA Jam is much more fun with friends in person, which is why I went ahead and got the Wii version.
Well, that's pretty much all I got this time around, but there is one more thing that I wanted to do.
Bangalanga-Do-Dah!
Heard you girls were playing some b-ball. Heard you girls were playing some b-ball. Heard you girls were playing some b-ball. Heard you girls were playing some b-ball.
It was well worth it, if for no other reason than the art. The art in Darkseid is based off artwork by H.R. Geiger, most famous for his work in the Alien movies, so naturally there's a lot of stuff like this. You play as Mike Dawson.